All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome to another round of the Monday Xfinity series. Now, one thing I do want to point on now is it looks like I will be actually up in the booth by myself, which is actually something that I will have to get used to again. And if anyone recalls, for like the first half of the season, I was actually broadcasting by myself until the lovely drivers down in actual race trim right now decided to come on up here and put on a an actual suit to join me in the booth. But we are here for the Monday series. I will be in the booth by myself. However, our in-race reporter, our person from the booth from last night, Nathan, Agent Orange, how are you doing today, bud?
Great. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing really good, and the stream looks like is doing good as well. How are you guys doing? I'm just gonna make sure that my voice can be heard. Really good, and the stream looks like is doing good as. All right, perfect. So with that, okay, I heard my voice. It's always weird to hear your
I
stuff.
can hear it
You,
too.
all right, but I say you can like I kind of cringe like whenever I hear that, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I
I don't
went
know.
back and watched the stream from last night and was like, man, do I really sound that southern to everybody else?
Yeah, you do. You sound like you're not just from I'd say like Virginia, like Georgia area. I almost said
Yeah,
Virginia.
yeah.
That's why. But it sounds like you're like deep south, like them good old boys. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it looks like here, Nathan, we have a special treat. I'm counting up my cars here, and I do believe we will have enough for 50% tonight. But we said that last week too, and look what happened. So, of course, with the usual stuff that we have in store, you're in the driver's perspective now. Tell me your thoughts and feelings going into this race.
I'm excited. I did a little practice race earlier today. Did a 50 percenter. I already know what the strategy is for 25%, so I went ahead and did a 50% little practice race today and feel pretty good about it.
Well, that is, I'm really glad to hear that actually, because we have, like I said, that possibility. No matter what in the Xfinity series, we have the possibility of going to 25 to 50%. If you didn't catch it on our Twitter, actually, we made a recent announcement. We are actually no longer, well, I guess after the season, no longer the Xfinity series because, well, the Xfinity series is going to be gone for the next game. We are going to be the Millennium Lights series for Sunday, Monday, and I'll tell you what, with Charlotte right now, I guess. With the possibility of Xfinity just not returning, Nathan, you are in a points battle, a tight points battle, may I add, with Packers. I know there's a lot of stress and a lot of things on your mind, and don't want to hold you up too much before we go into the race here. But what would it mean to possibly be the first and maybe only Xfinity champion for the Monday series going forward?
I'd be stoked. I mean, I won my first, well, yeah, no, it was Xfinity racing. I won my first year in the league ever. I won the championship over in the Elite Series. So, just keep it going.
All right. Well, hopefully we can. And speaking of keeping it going, in case for anyone that didn't know, we are at Charlotte. We were at Charlotte last night. Congrats to Hunty Wild, his first race with us, and he took it on home in a very breakneck, bumper to bumper, fender to fender battle with UK Wildcats, also known as Mopawa Cat. Thank you for everyone watching and supporting us so far in our journey. We are expanding. Check out our Twitter for definite updates on that because it is going to be a bright future ahead of us going into the new game. So, one thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go silent for everyone watching right now. I'm about to set up the lobby. Thank you guys so much, and we will get going.
He's setting up the lobby right now. I am the in-race reporter tonight.
All right, so we are back. It looks like we do have enough for a 50 percenter. So that is actually going to be a big, big thing here. Um, for this race. It's going to be 100 laps instead of the 50 as it was last night. We're going to have 10 people in the race, and I know from last week we had a bit of a mishap on the first corner. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. That was a person just going way too low and well wrecking because of it. So because of that, let's hopefully not have that again because, like I said, as we're getting to the end of the season, we have, well, after this race, two more races left in the season to crown a champion, and 41 points is what separates the front two runners. That is Nathan, the person up here with me, Agent Orange, and Packers Dynasty. So there's going to be a lot of implications from this race is what I'll say. Whether it be good or bad is going to be up to the racers to decide. But it looks like we have some lobby games going on of who wants the number one pit stall. Of course, having, in case anyone doesn't know, being the last in the lobby means that you get first pit stall. So that
Oh,
means
really?
more time to change your setup and able to get more changes in on one stop. And since we are doing 100 laps here, you ideally want to get your stop in immediately. So you have 75 laps because pit window is looking to be, I mean, a very clean 25 laps. So 25, 25, and 25. All right. So with that, I we are about to go here in 1 minute. My pick for this race, of course, if we are looking at the regulars, I would have to give it to. Actually, I think the real test is looking what happened in the Cup Series. So let's go to the results there. So Nathan for Charlotte finished eighth. Packers, meanwhile, finished third. So a little bit of leg up on Nathan here. However, that doesn't mean stats don't mean everything. I'm just saying, statistically speaking, here we are. So we are at 909. We are at 909, guys. I'm going to back on now. It is going to be 100 laps tonight, so good luck. Pace speed will be 50. Go at the line, not the restart zone. Pole sitter will have priority to make sure that they have choice in lane, as well as making sure the field is all set to go green. Good luck, guys. Let me know when I can join. All right,
First
so
cod's got a fan in my Twitch chat.
Worst Cod's got a fan.
No.
Well, there we go. You have BS in here as well saying it needs to be a three stopper. Exactly. That's what I was just saying. And ideally, I know Nathan's up here to be the in race reporter, but hopefully everyone is that is racing is listening to the stream because I do actually give out some. What I think is valuable in race tips, and definitely saving that extra lap on lap one, immediately shifting into fourth is going to be huge. We saw it come up a little bit last night, although tire wear was more so important in that regard. So who will make the tires last? Who will make the fuel last the entire distance? Of course, this is all assuming that we have completely caution free. So we are going to find out. Of course, Nathan, let me know when I can join. That'd be perfect.
Right now.
Ah, there we go. So just in time. I'm going to accept our invite, so pardon me real quick. Bam. All right. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be 10 people in this lobby, so very good numbers. Monday has always had a bigger numbers than Sunday. However, that doesn't mean bigger numbers mean better racing because we saw a real good race last night. Um, and we are going to see exactly what can happen here. I thought I changed it up as well. We did the night race in Sunday, and do it for the day race. The day night really does not matter, honestly. For anyone watching right now, there is more aesthetically pleasing for the night, so that's why I always prefer night. But I thought, you know what? I always do night if it's an option. Let's change it up a little bit. So the 10 cars are getting into their positions right now. And of course, Cyber, our points leader for the Cup Series right now, is going to be on pole. However, that doesn't mean he's going to finish there because right on his outside is going to be B Right Racing in that 89. He had this race circled as soon as the schedule was announced. So it looks like there's a little bit of confusion right now. Looks like Cade is going to be dropping. There we go. Right now we're on board with the 51. He's going to be lining up P3. Worst Cod in the 7 is going to be P4. Packers right behind him. Those two are going to be championship rivals. Those guys are going to be, well, ideally, Packers is going to be chasing, so he needs to not let the 51 out of his sights. However, that does not mean that anyone else has any qualms about taking points from them. Of course, a point or sorry, 5 points in this series is one position. So every point matters. Right behind them is going to be 11 of Baseball Kid and the 18 of Kalen, the 68 Pied Piper, along with the 98 of R. Heron, as well as the 8 of Cade. Of course, Cade being the quote-unquote retired driver, of course, making another appearance. So he's retired until he doesn't want to be retired anymore. So
Man's like Mark Martin out there.
exactly, yeah, he's like Mark Martin out there. So we are on board with Cyber right now. We're going to get a bit of front-to-back action like we did last night, and we are going to be green here for the Xfinity race at Charlotte. Hopefully everyone has a clean start. Ooh, Brandon had a real good start on that outside right there. The 5 did not have as good of a 1, but he will have the draft going into 1. The 89 is going to get a little bit of room, but the 5 hits the apron a little bit. The 51 right behind the 20, hot and toe. The 51 is going to get below the 89 because a little bit of contact was made. The 20, though, getting clear of the 7, and the 7 is going to be down low on the apron. The 51 high on the heels of the 5. There is a little bit of contact going into turn 3 right there. The 18 into the wall. Nothing too crazy, but there is, 3 wide for a hot second as Cade is slicing his way through the field. The 7 of Worstcott just being on the outside, trying to hold his own right now. He's doing a real good job. The 11 of Baseball Kid has been showing some speed here lately. However, he did not show up for Darlington, so he is behind in points as the top 6 are going to be single file going through the backstretch here on lap 3, technically. The 89 of Brandon making a little bit of move. But the 20 of Packers absolutely destroys that apron, and that's going to shuffle him to the outside, and he is going to get absolutely trained, and now he's into the wall. Packers, that's not what you want in a battle for the championship. You cannot make a mistake like that. He got absolutely destroyed on that front stretch. He cannot lose the draft here. I'm sure the 51 who is in this call right now is loving what I'm saying right now. And speaking of the 51, we actually see the 51 going for the lead, but the high side not quite working yet. You want to kind of wait until the tires square in, but he's calling me a liar right now as the 89 is going to be in a draft with him. The 89 going to the high side, a little bit of contact with me. That's going to shuffle him up the track. The 89 of Brandon going to be down low, and there is an entire train on that on that top side right now going into the backstretch, and that is going to probably be a position gain from Nathan right there. Oh, no, actually, Cyber fights back on the bottom. Of course, everyone running a pure preset right now. Everyone trying their best and sorting themselves out. It looks like Pied Piper, onto the bottom right there. It had a bit of a loose moment coming off of 4, and Cade is actually going to gain another position, putting him into P5. Nathan, though, getting his first lap slide of the day right now. The 51 is looking strong, but the 18 of Kalen had a big loose moment coming out of 2, and he's going to lose 1, 2, 3 positions going into turn 3. He came into the Alpha turn 2 in P6, and he came out in P9. That is not what you want from such a strong competitor, especially as we look to the combined standings. There is a lot of drivers, especially of who's going to be making to the Cup Series, that is going to be up for grabs right now. And right now, Packers is going to be doing his best in order to try to get to the draft. He's been able to make it past Piper, Kalen, and Heron. But, Kalen, absolutely that's not what you want. I know that wasn't intentional, but looks like Kalen right now is just not quite used to the Xfinity cars. I know he's more used to the Cup cars around here, but he just keeps hitting that apron. That's not what you want, especially in a long race like this. You cannot lose time. You cannot lose that draft. Of course, leading the draft right now, getting the worst fuel mileage is that 51. However, the 5 wants a little bit of that action. He's going to be down low, but not actually underneath. So the 51's not privy to actually give him that bottom lane right now. But however, that 5 is looking a little bit not so strong right now as he actually hits the 89 up the track, and that is going to put 2 by 2 right now. The 5 and the 89 and 1, and the 11 and the 8 right behind. And Packers is loving this right now. He's going to be back into the draft with them going side by side like that. So this 5-car pack becomes a 6-car pack. Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the spectrum, the 51's loving it as he's pulling away right now. These two cannot get themselves sorted on out. They're still 2 by 2 right now. The 5 still leading the bottom train right now with the 11 right behind. A little bit of contact made. Shuffles the 8 up the track, and the 8 kind of hits the wall a little bit. We're going to go on board with the 20 right now, who goes below and is actually going to gain a position. He's now in P5. All right, they get themselves sorted out right now. Cyber still retains P2, but that was really close. He is not liking his car right now. He wants those adjustments in quick, fast, and in a hurry. So that is one thing that you cannot have. Is a mistake like that could potentially take away your chances of winning. Packers makes another move that is on Baseball Kid now that is going to put him into P4. Packers having a little bit of mistakes early is finding himself some speed and some pace on the long runs. Of course, that's what he's known for, is those long run pace. And Charlotte, not really known for absolutely being a tire killer. Ooh, but a little bit of contact made. I had to cut myself off right there. The 51's going to be shuffled off the track. I think the 5 realized what happened there. That was totally unintentional. He kind of backed on off. But still the damage is done, though. That brought the second pack of 3 right behind him. The 8 of Cade's going to look down low on the 11 of Baseball Kid. The 11 of Baseball Kid holding stout right there and going to be retaining that P5. Baseball Kid, I've been noticing, has been, quote-unquote... Oh, but I had to cut myself off again. Packers hits the apron dead on. It's like he didn't even try to make that corner right there, and kind of lost a little bit of time from that. Luckily, the 11 of Baseball Kid cut him a break and just kind of settled in behind him. Everyone in chat right now, how are you liking the race? Who are you rooting for? I need to take a breather myself. You see the back 3 right now, headed by Kalen, and then Piper, and then the 98, and then the 7 of Worstcott is behind everyone here. So as everyone is in coming off of 4, Worstcott is entering 3. So it looks like something must have happened to Worstcott at some point throughout this race. But but 51 of of Nathan here. Not really knowing that the 89 was actually there. A little bit of contact was made, and that kind of shoved him up the track. The 5, though, still holding stout on that bottom. However, I think the damage will be done right now, and the 89 will be able to take that position. Coming off of 4, he just needs to hold a nice steady line, and that will be his. However, he does have a little bit of draft down low. The 5 will have draft of Cyber, and he will have that run. Right now, Nathan showing strong that he is in control of this race. Everyone else is being the follower right now, but everyone wants to get away from that draft. So who and when will they start coming on down? Of course, the ideal strategy is pitting every 25 laps. Nathan, what lap is it right now? Whenever you get a chance, it doesn't not have to be right now.
Lap 15.
Lap 15, of course. Like I said, I don't want to cut you off. So whenever I ask for a lap update, just do it at your earliest convenience. But of course, you're leading right now. You're the one in the championship fight. So do it at your earliest convenience. Again, of course, we thank him, Nathan, who is currently leading this race, by the way. Let's go on board with him right now for coming up here and being our in-race reporter. Thank you so much. And, of course, he's fighting for more than just a win. He's fighting for a championship. I feel like I cannot stress that enough. So right now he's feeling the pressure. So the 89 gets and drafts along with him right now. I think the 89 of Brandon, B-Right Racing, is just going to be kind of really calm, cool, and collected right now. I think he knows that... he just needs to hold the draft. There's really no point in leading right now. In fact, actually, you gain more by being behind everyone right now. So right now, actually, the best position is probably Packers, Cade, and Baseball Kid. However, I feel like some other people don't really agree here. The Cyber is putting his nose below the 89, and he's actually going to be to the bottom. Oh, but the 89 realizes he's there. The 51, though, there's something clearly in cahoots, and the 51's giving the 89 some draft to be able to maintain his position. Of course, you know, the old idiom saying, you reap what you sow. Of course, the 51 is building friendships to hopefully gain some friends later on in this race. Of course, we don't do 50% that often, but when we do, the ability of having friends and to repay favors is definitely going to be coming dividends here late in this run. But the 89 does look low, so making myself a liar right there, and he will try to make the pass He is being really consistent, but as he gets shoved off the line, oh my goodness, oh, that was not intentional. He just went in far too deep. Well, luckily, though, they're going 3 wide back there. Cade is making it 3 wide. Packers, who is fighting for a championship as well, wisely backs out of it, and he just knows that as long as he just stays with this pack, he's in it. But the 51 gets put into the wall. No, he keeps off of it. And now Cade is going to be put 3 wide because he gets loose, and Packers is back up to P4. And now the 51 and the 20 are nose and stern right now. The 20 showing tremendous patience and driver awareness, knowing that who is being aggressive and who is not. And I'm applauding the 20 right now because he was in the middle of 3 wide coming off of 2, one of the most treacherous corners in all of this game, and he wisely backed on out of it, knowing that he is fighting for something more, but the 51 gets tight, I think, and just absolutely plows while losing 3, maybe 4 spots, going into 4 and going into 1 here because the 18 is now going to go into the bottom and will be side by side coming off of 2. The 20 now being in P3 right now, as you see the top 2, the Cup Series regulars. So in fact, actually, Packers himself is a Cup Series regular. So the top 3 all being that. Right now, the 5 trying to make his way past, kind of sizing up the 89 as he's been doing most of this race, except in reverse. The 89's been putting pressure on the 5. Now it's the 5's turn to do so. The 20 now in P3 with Cade actually a little bit hitting the wall. That's normal around here. People trying to gain as much ground going into 1. You want that long arc. You want that late apex going into turn 1 and 2 in order to get a straighter exit and more speed going on the backstretch. So right now the 20 of Packers and the 8 of Cade being nose and stern right now with the 11 of Baseball Kid. So excellent job from those as Packers gets a little bit loose. That's going to open up the door for Cade on the high side here. Cade looking to the top. I don't think anything will happen here. So I think Cade's going to kind of back on out of this as Packers will have the draft on the bottom. Yep, right there. Let's go back on board with Piper and Heron. Now, a little bit of a position change right now. They're still out of the draft, but Heron, our Heron here in the 98 is actually position swapped the 68 of Piper. As you can see, the top 7 have actually formed up now. So that top 7 is now all within a line. As we see Worstcod coming down pit road, I can only assume then it is close to pit stop time. So Worstcod saying that, you know what, I want 4 fresh Mr. Feelgoods, and he's going to be stopping early. Packers, though, being put to the outside right there. That is not what you want because in a pack of 7, Packers is being shoved out of line and going to be losing a spot. It is just a freight train, a very lonely feeling, being the only one up top with no drafting help, no way of actually propelling yourself back forward, no one in front, no one behind us. Cade now is being put into P3. Cade right behind the 5 of Cyber, trying to make a move, trying to size him up as the 89 of Brandon is actually able to control the pack. The 11 slips on up. That's going to allow for Nathan to get down low. Packer is going to have the draft. He's going to follow Nathan, and that will allow him to get on by this time. We're hearing that the 98 of Heron is going to be making his stop now, so as long as he doesn't speed, he's going to be very cautious here. Pit road speed is 40 miles per hour, still very slow, but all things considering, you do not want a pit road speeding penalty. Of course, on a 25%, or you 100% do not want a pit road speeding penalty, but on a 100% race with 10 drivers where draft is everything. Oh, we're seeing pit stops happen right now. A mixed bag of strategy. Everyone but Cyber and the 20 of Packers is going to come on down this time. So those 2 are going to be up high here. Everyone going to be down low. Hopefully don't give each other road speeding penalties. As the 8 of Cade flies in the pit lane. Oh, he 100% sped right there. That was no doubt about it. So right now, the 20 of Packers and the 5 of Cyber are side by side. I know pit stops are happening right now, but the 5 is going to be going on down low. I think the 5's out of fuel. Oh my goodness, he is. Oh, that may have killed his race as the 20 is now going to be stopping this time. He did signal, so very aggressive going into pit road. Very unlike Packers there, but he makes pit road speed and will be coming on down. Now the 20 in front of the 5. Now everyone else still on pit lane right now. The 11 goes out in the way. The 18 goes out in the way. 89, 51. The 68 still on pit lane, as well as the 8 who did have a pit road speeding penalty. That sucks because now what was a 5-car pack coming into the pits is now going to be a 4-car pack, soon to be a 6-car when the 5 and 20 exit pit road. We're going to be on board with the 89 here, and we're going to show you the difference of pitting one lap before everyone else. Where is he? There it is. So you can see the 20 and the 5 are going to be there on pit lane. They're about pit road exit right now. So this is the difference of one lap fresher tires. The 89 going into turn one now, past the 5, past the 20, and they are gone. That is the difference of one lap, of one undercut. So of course that is that will pay dividends very late into the run. However, if they cannot collect the draft and pick on up the speed that they the lap time that they lost, of course that will mean that this strategy will not work. Of course, what Packers and the 5 want right now is for these guys to battle, which is what the 18 and the 11 are doing. That's going to allow the 20 to get on closer and closer and get that draft. It's going to essentially slingshot them back on up here, and with the benefit of having fresher tires, ideally would mean him going to the front. Of course, the 51 has led a lap, so that is 5 bonus points in his pocket right now, as well as him just right now just being in front of the 20. So if we're looking at it right now, that is a difference of 3 spots, which is 15 points right there, plus the bonus points of leading the lap while the 20 has not. That's 20 points gained. That's 41 points entering this race, and as they run right now, that is a gap of 61. So the 51 is doing exactly what he needs. I honestly, right now, he just needs to finish in front of the 20. The 20 is the one that needs to do the heavy lifting and actually moving forward and getting past these guys. As you can see that the 89, the 51, and the 18 are now going to be nose and stern right now, and ideally they should be driving away. However, I don't know if the 18 has the memo, because the 18 is going for wins. The 89 is going for wins. The 51 in that trio is the only one that is going for points. Everyone else is kind of going for the W. As you can see, the 51, again, making a making a liar out of me, is going to the lead right now. So that is the lead change right now. The 89 compared to the 51, while the 18 is still in this P3. But honestly, right now, he is in the best position because he can save some fuel, save some tire, as the 51 and 89 do the heavy lifting. The 20 and the 5, that pit simultaneously have now caught the 11, so that is 3-on-3 right now. The top 3 were on board with them right now, and then going on back with the 11, who is leading the second pack. You can just see right now the difference in tires, as the 20, who was easily half a second behind the 11, is now suddenly going to be making a move going into turn 3. The 11, the 20 goes really deep into that corner, but real easily makes the pass. That is P4, done and dusted. Now Cyber trying to make it past the 11 as well. That is going to be the 11, who was P4, now back to P6. Let's go and check on in with the 8 of Cade. Oh, that's not what you want to see if you're a Cade fan right now. Of course, his third race in the series, trying to get a win for that number 8, historic number 8. However, he is not in that position right now. Oh my goodness, is that what I see? The 7 of Worst COD. Is that the 7 of Worst COD's theme music right now? He stays way out and away. So thankfully, Worst COD, knowing that this is not his fight, stays to the top side. However, he has another pack right behind him. So that is 1 pack down, another pack to go. Of course, I'm just going to make sure that the stream can hear me right now, because I do not want to go halfway without making sure. Alright, cool, perfect. Okay, I am heard. I heard a little bit of contact with the wall right there. I wonder what that was. Hang on. I think the 89 may have brushed the short shoot wall going into the pit lane right there. Or not pit lane, going into turn 1, because like I said, you want to arc it into that corner, and now he does it again. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's just the strat now. Apparently, you're seeing it now. a year after this game has come on out, there is a new strat to Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. It's called hitting the wall before going to turn one. Everyone's
Helps get
doing
the
it.
front end pointed right.
Yeah, there you go. Um, but yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're seeing it here live, folks. New strats being found every day. Screw NASCAR 21 ignition. We're being a Heat 5 for life. So it looks like the 20 and the 5 have absolutely left the 11 in the dust. However, that 20 is getting a little loose. So right now, if I'm the 20 of Packers, I need to get as close to these top three as possible, and then pit when they pit. Because you're seeing how much time, how many laps it takes for them to get here. Oh, and that's not helping matters at all with the 89 absolutely blocking the 18 right there. That was a bit of aggressive, but you know, it's his prerogative. It's his position to maintain. But that's just allowing the 20 and the 5 to get closer and closer. Yeah, honestly, if I'm the 5 and the 20 right now, I should be pitting with these guys next stop around. Of course, unless I'm missing something and I'm going to be one lap short at the end of the race, you know, of course, that is going to be the big thing. You ideally want to split this in half. Like I said, you want to pit on lap 50, 51. 51 be on the safe side, lap 50 to really, you know, make it a nice, clean three-stop here. But you can see right now the 18 of Kalen deciding, screw it, I'm going to go to the bottom of the 89. The 89's held me long enough. The 89 squeezes him down low, but no contact was made. But now that... Ooh, but there was... The 18 takes the Roval, and he is back up on track. A little bit of time loss, but that was the 89 just getting loose right there. I mean, that was... Okay, yeah. Definitely... Definitely not a mistake in that, or not a purposeful thing. That was just a mistake, is what I meant to say. However, the 18 did not lose a whole lot of time, actually. Very surprising. He just kept his foot in it, and basically only lost, like, what, maybe, like, half a second right there? That's actually insane. And one thing I'm actually seeing right now that looks like I'm only privy to right now is the 68 is actually moving his way through the field. He is really making some hay back here, and of course he's by himself. Unfortunately, he is out of the running for the win unless a caution comes out, but he is actually way past the 98 who pit 2 laps before him, and the 11 is now as he hits the wall. Never mind. Okay. Commentator's curse, I guess. So, okay, back to the battle for the lead right now. You can see that the 5 is down below, drafting with the 20 here. The 20 is going to be on the bottom of the 18. The 20 should have the draft right now, and that is going to be P3 now. So Packers and Cyber are both into it, but that just shows how many laps it took for them to get back up here. Obviously, that to me shows that the strategy is not working. However, everyone has their different agendas, and of course, Packers. Oh, and that's not what you want, especially from the race leader, the 89 Racing. Oh my goodness! And that is the 51 wrecked. That is probably going to be a caution. No caution for that. Wow. Well, going back up there, I don't know with going back to the lead, the 89 is still in the lead. However, the 20 of Packers is going to be right behind him, and actually he has a draft. He's probably not going to make the move right now, but he's sizing him up probably for the next lap. So right now that puts Cyber back up into P3. Nathan, I know you're busy right now, bud, but what was your perspective on that?
Just a racing incident. Looking back, I probably should have just backed out of it and took the initial loss instead of the entire loss.
All right. Well, of course, there's still a lot of time left in this race and still points to be gained. You're looking at 10 points right in front of you. Go get them, bud. The race is not over. Going back up to the lead, you have now a pack of 3. Now, actually, where did Kalen come out at? So he's behind the 51 right now. Of course, Kalen unfortunately having the worst of that. And I can actually imagine the tires absolutely being scorched with that right now. Hopefully that doesn't actually mean anything for the long run as you're trying to extend the tire life in order to make the fuel number. The fuel should be able to make it. It's the tires that probably won't. So with that incident, that puts the 11 of Baseball Kid up into P4 right now, with P5 going to Pied Piper, P6 Heron, and now P7. All the way down there is Nathan. P8 goes to Kalen in the 18, and P9 goes to Cade with... Wait, what happened to Packers? Packers must have hit the wall, or the 5 of Cyber must have moved him or something, but now Packers is in jeopardy of losing this draft. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for missing that, folks. It looks like the 20 of Packers is now back into P3. Again, I don't know if he got loose. I don't know if the 5 may have just made the pass and he just had the time loss, or if he just maybe hit the wall or what. But now the 20 is back into P3 with the 5 hard charging as the 7 of Worst God gets out of the way yet again. Ooh, oh, that was really close right there. But the 7 of Worst God is getting out of the way, and it looks like... we have pit stops happening again. The 11 of Baseball Kid is now the first one on pit road. Actually, he is not moving. So it looks like the 11 of Baseball Kid may have lagged on out of this race. He may be our first DNF. Yes, that is. Okay, well, that's a position right there. That's a spot, as as we say here. So the 11 of Baseball Kid, the 98 of Heron, now going out and away. So pit stops are happening right now. We need to be on board with the leaders here. So we have the 20, the 5 who are on the same strat. Now with the front runners now being in a not as heavy as of a... The 20 gets loose again! Packers, you can't do that, bud! Oh my goodness! Yep, we have confirmation. Looks like Baseball Kid did indeed lag on out of this race, but you can see right now with the difference in tires now, draft is not as potent. Now this favors the late stopper. So this favors the 5, favors the 20, and in fact the 20 is actually signaling to pit this time. The 5 is going to stay on out for another lap, and that actually is going to be... little decisions like this is going to be the big key for this race, and see when and who... Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! The 20 missed pit road! Oh my goodness! The 20! Oh my goodness! The absolute scenes! He is flying through pit lane because he missed pit road! Oh my goodness! Our 2 championship rivals both making mistakes. This was Packers' night to gain these points, and mistake again puts everything reset to 0. And he is out of fuel because of that. Oh my goodness. That is... oh, if you're a Packers fan, I am sorry. If you're a Nathan fan, you're loving it after screaming your heart out because of what happened with that incident. I don't even know where to start, honestly. Alright, so... looks like Nathan has found his way back up to Piper and Heron. Oh my goodness, I still can't believe what happened here. Cyber is down and away. Yes, easily he's going to lose half a lap right now. Packers is now going to be back into a dead heat, if not now behind Nathan after missing pit lane. Yep, right there. Oh my goodness. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't quit. You never know what's going to happen. So, to kind of go back up here, it looks like Cyber is actually not going to be the leader. Brandon has a very hefty lead right now, but that's just from the undercut. Brandon had 2 laps advantage on tires, so he's trying the shortstop strategy with Cyber making the long stop here. Of course, now that puts, I'm assuming, Piper into P3 now. Um,
Correct.
Wow. So a feel-good story right now. If, however, Nathan is on a hard charge, he wants that P3 back. So Piper, though, of course, having very unlucky moments in the Xfinity Series. Having good luck, though, in the Cup Series, though. Of course, he's sitting P7 in points in the Cup Series. In the Monday Series, though, he has not had the same luck. Being caught up in the big one is what I call it at Bristol, as well as multiple instances at New Hampshire. This is not what you want to see as a Piper fan. However, a P3 finish right now, of course, we are still halfway through this race. A lot can happen, as we've seen right now. Make that a P4 finish as Nathan just kind of goes by him now. Now, okay, there we go, buzzkill. Never mind. So Heron, though, despite all of that, is going to be in P5 with Kalen P6. Packers now in P7. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm taking a breather out of this. Hang on. All right. So Packers right now is just. We're also getting word from Cade is that he blew a right front, and that is why he sped. So very unfortunate. What is this race indeed, says BS. What is this race? Because I have no idea. Makes you feel good that you're in the Sunday series and don't have to deal with all this drama. Because the absolute scenes of this race are absolutely insane. As we can see that Cyber now in the 5 has actually caught the 89 of Branton, and this top pack, who was so tight, is now down to 2, and Cyber is clearly faster than the 89 right now. That is just from the tire advantage. The shortstop working in or shortstop strategy working in the short run. However, the long run favors what Cyber's on right now. Cyber is pitting longer, and actually, Nathan, what lap is it? Whenever you get a chance.
Just a second.
Of course, we see that you're in the middle of a turn right now, so of course that's
60.
why lap 60. Okay, and what lap did you pick?
Taking 61. 52.
52. Okay, so you are solidly in that strategy of making it in one more stop.
Yeah.
Okay. The ones we need to watch out for is going to be Heron and potentially Piper. I'm not actually sure what laps they pit on, but Packers 100% can make it, and as well as the 18 potentially. I'm not sure when they pit, but the 89, the 5, 100% can make it. And of course, our DNF out of this race is Baseball Kid, which is unfortunate because he was running so well.
You got to fight for the lead. I see the icon changing on the mini map.
Yes, I see that right now. Having the 89 running up high, that's because the 7 worst car, they're a little bit apprehensive about where he's going to go. He's been kind of shifting his line, and that's one thing that you want to be consistent is just run a line. You know, you don't want to constantly be shifting lines, whether it be top or bottom. Just pick one if you're getting out of the way, you know? So I think that's what happened right there. The A9 kind of got caught on up with that, but the 5 is looking up high, trying to get past the 89. It's going to try the slow and fast on. Oh, but a little bit of lag bumped the 5, and that is going to be putting him all the way back past the second distance. Oh my, what is this race? We have... to kind of recap here, we are well past halfway. We've had pit road speeding penalties. We've had crashes. We've had people missing pit road. We've seen a lag incident right there. Thankfully, that wasn't enough to cause that. However, I'm still going to call it just to be sure. Lag incident number 1 for the 89. I actually forgot to do that because I was actually focusing on commentating though. But that puts Nathan, despite everything, he was all the way back in P7, right, or was it P8?
Right around there.
Yeah, one of those two after that incident, and now he's back into P3. Piper, though, having a very good race right now in P4. Kalen completes the top 5. You have Heron. Let's go. Let's try to find him and where he's at. You can see that white dot right there. We're on board with Packers. Packers in P7. Heron goes to P6. Yes, BS says that this is nuts indeed. This is what the late season brings out. And who said that season-long points can't bring about storylines? But you can see that the name of the game of this race has been minimizing mistakes. And sometimes when you do have a mistake, you need others to make a mistake. And that's exactly what we're dealing with right now. Thankfully, Nathan had another person to make a mistake, and now that is a change for the lead between the 5 and the 89. The 89 really crowding the 5 down low, but again, he's entitled to that. He is racing for the lead, but the 5 hits the apron, and that's going to bring the 89 right back into it. Again, minimizing mistakes. Right there, a little mistake like that, if the 89 was side by side, that could have been the 89 into the wall, and potentially a caution. I'm actually surprised the 51 and the 18 incident was not a yellow.
So I think the way the game works is you have to like crash onto the racing surface, and because we both stopped on the apron down below the line, I think that's why it doesn't call it.
Yeah, I think so as well. But it's still, though, that is so unfortunate from your perspective that was not an incident, because that would have just reset the field. However, that would have been interesting for strategy, because that was directly in the middle of the first and second stint. Of course, there's still a lot of racing left to be done here. Now, the 5 being really aggressive with his line going into turn 3. The 89 trying to get the draft, and the 5 going all the way down below the apron in order to try to break the draft, running the IndyCar line, so to speak, where you kind of serpentine back and forth on the backstretch. That's what the 5 was doing. Let's see if he does it again. We're on board with the 89, going to turns 1 and 2. Looks like the 89 is actually better in turns 3 and 4 than he is in 1 and 2. The 5 slightly better there. The 5 goes low again to try to break the draft. That is very interesting, which is weirdly enough in this game. Fun fact for y'all: don't do that. You actually waste a little bit of tire by doing that, as well as slow yourself down on corner entry. So don't do that. It's thankfully enough for Cyber. He actually has enough tire life to just naturally be faster than the 89. The 89 is actually having the benefit of draft to keep him forward, but the Cyber in the 5 keeps doing that. So, yeah, fun fact from your friend, your pal, your lover, PVT. Don't do that. So yeah, the 20 has caught the 98 now. He is, I think the 98 is actually pitting this time. That is why he is going so far down. Yeah, he is pitting this time. So that is going to be position gained for the 20. That is P6. The 98, 100% cannot make it the rest of the way. So that is, in one more stop, let me rephrase that. So 20 is now looking for the 68 after hitting the wall going to turn 1. Of course, the time-proven strat of hitting the wall before turn 1 makes another appearance. He is trying to chase on down the 60 and the 18, who is going to turn 3 now as he's halfway down the backstretch. So as P3 goes by, here's P4 and P5, and then P6. Was Packers just that far behind, or where? He may have gotten loose. He may have lost a little bit of time right there. But yeah, it looks like Heron is now in the pits. He's looking to complete a stop, as he does right now. He's down and away. The 8 Cade, we haven't talked about him much. He's been, after his blown right front tire, he's been just kind of limping it around, but he's not out of this thing yet. Give it a caution. The commentator Dale has been proven to show some good speed, and like I said, he's not out of this race, and thankfully for him, he is still turning laps right now to try to get on past. But the battle between the lead of the 5 and 89, as may have, as soon as I went into it, may just be battle, maybe over now as the 89 hits the apron and kind of moves on up the track. However, the the ability of the draft to just pull the opponent around is mind-boggling to me. Um, the 89, who should be maybe a second and a half behind the 5 right now at this point, is still right on his bumper. That is the ability of the draft, which I'm pretty sure will be fixed for the next game, where you don't essentially get dragged around around here. We see Cade is making his assumed
Leader's
final stop.
taking lap 76.
Yep, that will be his final stop for the race. So we're going to see who makes the call first. Right now, should it stay green, the battle is between the 5 of Cyber and the 89 of Brandon here. I think that is, yep. And I think what the 5 is going to do is cover him off. Are we going to see both of these guys come on down pit road right now? The 89 coming on down. And yep, he's slowing on down. The 5 stays on out, but the 89 being hyper aggressive on the pit lane. Oh, that is exactly how you want to enter the pits. That was beautiful. The 20, though, as we went straight onto him, hits the wall. I don't know why, but I have I call it a blessing and a curse for as soon as I go onto the driver, they hit the wall. So
Stay off of me then.
Packers! Oh my God, Packers! What are you doing? He's trying to take the Roval now. He is just that loose. He is trying to make up the time he lost by missing the pits on that last stint. However, by him going through the grass, he's actually hindering himself by doing so. Heron and Cade, both of them are out and away. Cyber, is he going to stop this time? This is the next lap. Yep, he is. He's covering off the undercut strategy right now. So, honestly, I would not have done that. I'm assuming that he is going to be stopping this time, and he will be. I would not have done that. You've proven that you can chase him down and pass him. I would have continued on and been 100% sure that I can make it all the way. By doing this now and covering him off, he now has the undercut, and you are actually giving the best position to him, where he now has a 1-lap undercut on you, and essentially you guys are going to be on fresher tires. What he could have done, unless I'm missing something here with with tire wear or maybe fuel, but essentially what's happening is you're now putting the strategy back into the hands of the 89, who now has the undercut on you. I would have waited the 2 extra laps, which I'm assuming he could have done, to go out and away here. But you can see it right now that the 89 just flies on past the 5. That was, like I said, potentially the race-winning move by the 89 by coming down the pits that time. The back on board with the 20 here. He's trying to chase on down the 98 yet again. I don't think the 20 has pit yet. Is the 20 the leader right now?
No.
Okay, so he has. I'm assuming Cyber is still the leader, or 89, Brandon.
Yeah.
All right, so I must have missed Packers pitting, but yes, he did pit. So everyone can make it to the end, apart from the 98. The 98, with 100% certainty, cannot make it to the end on fuel or tires. Looks like no pit road speeding penalties that lap, or that's in. And as everyone is kind of out and about right now, let's kind of go through the running order right now. So we have the 89. You can see that little red, white, and blue dot right in front of them. Yep. You have the 89 as the leader, the 5 of Cyber P2, Nathan in the 51 P3, Kalen in the 18 P4, Pied Piper with a really good P5, top 5 so far, and excellent job for him. You have P6 of R Heron, which let's go on board. Actually, make that P6 of Packers now, as Heron is all the way back there. So that is P7 of Heron. P8 goes to Cade. P9 goes to Worstcod, who is right there, into the wall as we go on board with them. Again, you know, it's like I have a blessing and a curse. And then P10, unfortunately, due to a lag out, there he is, Baseball Kid. So that is the field right now. We had 10 drivers with us. So yes, we have 9 drivers currently on track, and between first to ninth right now is about 1 lap actually. The 8 of Kate is entering turn 3, and as the 89 of Brandon is halfway down the backstretch. Of course, the lap around here is very long. At least it feels like it is. It is about 30 seconds long, so um, it feels like an eternity. But essentially, you're turning a lap every half a minute, so um, we should be what? If I did my math correctly, coming to 15 to go,
I just took 17 to go. So Brandon's
17 to
coming to
go.
16.
I was close. I was close. So with that, we have another 8 minutes. Our winner will be crowned, and we're gonna see who in this chaotic race will take the podium. Race number 8. 2 races left after this. Of course, tomorrow we'll be going to the not tomorrow. Next week we'll be going to the Charlotte Roval. So essentially, we'll still be staying at Charlotte as we see someone absolutely uproot the grass over there. I wonder who that was. Not sure, actually. Probably, oh, it was worst God. Okay, that would make sense. I was about to say, because the leaders were too far in front, uh, worst God would match to where he was. But yeah, we're going to be going to the Charlotte Roval next week. The Sunday and Monday series are both going to be there. And the Cup series on Saturday is going to be at Texas. So, 2 different venues, but still the same drivers and same competitiveness. So that's exactly what we need to see. BS saying the 89 and the 5 wreck each other and the 51 wins. Hey, that would be the ultimate WTF moment for this race. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
what is this race? But it may still come true because we see 2 lap traffic cars in front of the 89 who still holds the lead. However, the gap is brought on down from easily 2.5, maybe even 3 seconds, down to half a second right now. The 5 of Cyber is absolutely plowing. Well, not plowing. That's not right. Absolutely demolishing the 89 in terms of lap times, and he's now already on board on his back bumper right now, as we do see the 98 and the 8 in front, and those two are hard battling right now. Lap traffic will play a factor between the 89 and the 5 for this win. The 89 decided to go the IndyCar line and will give the 5 the top side. Not clear, but the 5 will kind of scrape the wall, kind of scrub a little bit of his momentum, but he will run the exclusive high side, and now the 89 and the 5 will have the draft from the 98 and the 8 right now. Will they kind of just relent and give the position to the 89 and the 5 who are racing for the win? This was Formula 1. Blue flags. Get out of the way. Faster traffic is behind. The 98 of Heron does stay high, and that it actually does let off. So that is Heron who is relinquished the track position for the 89 and the 5. And of course, the mentality of Heron is, hey, I'm still battling for a position right now. A race is still going on, and the 8 is not doing that right now. He's actually blocking the 89 in order to be still on the lead lap, and now that will actually open up the door for the 5. The 8 looking up high. Oh, that was real close right now, but the 8 will be having the high side momentum and the draft. Can the 5 clear him? Yes, he does, going into turn 3, and now it is back to a 2-horse race with the 8 now potentially playing spoiler and trying to help out his teammate collect the W. On board with the 51 of Nathan right now. I know he doesn't want me to go on board, but I need someone to talk about right now. He is so in P3. He's holding off the 18 of Kalen, who has been hard charging his way through the field. So that is going to be P3. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, that'll be P3 locked up. You can see that the battle is still raging between the 89 and the 5. However, they are still nose and stern. The 5 trying to chase on down 68. Of course, like I said, Packers has not led a lap, and the difference between where Packers is to where Nathan is 3 positions. That's 15 points. And Packers has not led a lap. That's a loss of 20 points in this race. And going into 2 races left in the season, that would be 30 points. That really, honestly, 31.5 points that he would need to make up. Of course, the tiebreaker would then go to, should there be a tiebreaker, would go to Nathan for winning this season. Packers has yet to go to victory lane. In fact, actually, the best finish he's had this season has actually been a P3. As we see the 5 looking low, the 89 blocking real low, and now the 5 still not relinquishing. Oh, but he backs out at the last possible second. But the 89 hits the apron, and that will put the 5 into the lead. Now, the 8, I can tell right now, is playing spoiler. He's going to be playing the teammate role and kind of push the 89 back up to the front. The 89 is still not out of it. He just needs to regroup and be in that draft and mount a charge one more time. Nathan, how many laps to go?
I just took 7.
Just took 7, so that means they are on 7 because they are on the same lap. So right now, we are coming to 6 to go. The 89 hard charging to turn 3 right now. Like I said, turns 3 and 4 seems to favor the 89. Turns 1 and 2 seems to favor the 5. Of course, I'd rather have the turns 1 and 2 edge because you can't really make it past going into turn 1. You ideally want to dive it down low going to turn 3. We're 6 laps to go right now. We're on board with the 8, who has the best position in the house. He is looking at the 2 leaders duking it on out. Of course, Cade sitting in P7 right now. Unfortunately, not the night that he wanted, but he will, like I said, play the teammate role and try to help out his teammate get a win. This is going to be 5 to go right now. The 89 taking a little bit of look right now going to turn 1, but not close enough yet. This is going to be a nail biter of a finish, folks. If you are a fan of Cyber, a fan of Brandon, who do you think is going to win? It is 5 to go.
I'm trying to hold off a hard charging Kalen myself. He's almost close enough to catch my draft.
Well, there we go. Looks like, oh my goodness, and that is a bumper to the back of the 5 right now. The 89 is looking up high. We're going to be on board with Cyber right now, who is on the preferred lane down low, but a little bit of contact was made. But the 8 is going to catch the 89, is going to be mounting a charge. The 5 looking down low, contact's made. The 89's go spinning. Oh my goodness. Oh, the 5. Oh, that was very... Okay, that's gentlemanly right there. That the 5 backs on out and is going to wait for the 89. Very, very good sportsmanship right there. So now the battle is back on. The 5 with the 89. The 89 is hard charging. Did the 5 relent a little bit too much? I got to give a golf clap to the 5 right there for basically just waiting for the 89, saying, "Hey, that was not intentional. Let's duke it out fairly." So right now, this is 3 to go. The 89 is this is 3 to go, correct?
I believe so. I think they're coming to 2.
All right, coming to 2 to go. So the 5 is looking down low. The 89 getting a little bit of that charge. However, he won't have the help of his teammate now, who is now on back on the lead lap. The 89 bumper to the back of the 5. However, he needs to get that run a little bit later because he wants that run like he did going into turn 3. The 5 looking low. Cyber absolutely doing the best he can and exactly what he needs to do right now. Absolutely guarding that bottom lane. Coming to the white flag. It's the 89 hot in pursuit of the 5. The 5 doing like he said, he's absolutely guarding the grass. He's borderline on it right now. The 89 looking up high, knowing that this is his last possible opportunity. He's going to have that huge run. Easy, hard on the throttle now. The 5 is going to have a huge run. The 8 gets out of the way right now. The 89 is hard charging going into turn 3. The 89 is going to throw it in right now. No brakes, no throttle. A bumper to the back of the 5, but that is all you can do. The 5 coming out of 4 will absolutely, with a momentous win, take the checkered flag. Wow. And I see right now that the 51 is in P3. All right, so let's talk to the Discord here for a hot second. Hey, good race, guys. So that was, correct me if I'm wrong, Cyber, Brandon, and Nathan as the top 3, correct? All right, you guys will be invited for post-race interviews. A lot to talk about. Good racing, guys. I heard very briefly that Packers was not happy with his performance right there, and I can understand why. He was able to gain a position off of Pied Piper right there. So as we wait for this right now, yep, Cyber, Brandon, Nathan are the top three. Kalen for Packers P5, Piper P6, uh, Kate P7, Heron P8, Kalen with the fast slap. Interesting. Um, or P7, Heron P8, Worscott P9, and Baseball Kid P10. So let's get these guys into a party. Of course, Nathan's already here, so that's one less person I need to worry about. But we do need to add Cyber as well as Brandon. So
Always need to worry
thankfully,
about me.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Um, so there's Brandon and Cyber on my friends list. Thankfully, they have a B and a C name, so they're right at the top. Um, wow, a lot to talk about this race. A race of absolute WTF, a race of mistakes, a race of contact, a race of just championship implications is what I'll say. So of course we have all three up here as well. Guys, great racing out there. I want to say first and foremost, Cyber, very sportsmanlike right there, knowing that that contact was not intentional, waiting for the 89. Very sportsmanlike of you right there, and we were gonna hit on that later. But of course. Nathan, so let's start with you. You're already here right now, and we've been hearing all race about what your race has been like, but from your perspective, tell us about it.
I had a good run in the start, leading laps, and uh, I felt fast. Obviously, it's kind of hard to hold off the hard charge of the draft, but uh, I think because of that, I was being a little overzealous and just trying to lead it all, and I shouldn't have, and I got a little aggressive. Brandon got his nose under me into turn one, and I wasn't trying to chop his nose, but I was trying to hold him down, and by doing that, he touched the apron, and it kicked him up into my door, and then I was still being a little aggressive. I should have backed out and just taken that half second, 1 second, basically a penalty for doing that rather than trying to stay in it and hitting the wall and then spinning out and everything else. But hindsight's 2020 on that, and then just kind of just got lucky the rest of the race and tried to put down as fast a lap as I could, and somehow came out with a podium.
Well, you actually heard it from through me actually that Packers was actually he missed pit road, and I mean to be perfectly honest, he had a podium locked on up, possibly even the race win. He was on the same strategy as Cyber, and by him missing pit lane, he actually lost 15 points to you because he did not actually. He
20.
yeah, no, 15 because he
Oh, he
gained a
did pass
spot.
Piper at the end. Okay.
Yes, so he lost 15 points because he did not lead a lap. So it's 10 points by virtue of position, and then 5 because you led a lap and he did not. So that's 15 points gained, putting the gap to 56 going into the Roval. How does that make you feel with 2 races left?
Makes me feel a little better going into the road because can't say that road courses are my strong suit. So if I can build a little buffer, get through the Roval without too much incident, and go on to Homestead, I think we got a good shot at it.
Well, there we go. That's all you need. Is just keep looking forward, and that's like I said, why I always say do not quit. You'll never know what's going to happen, and we kept seeing it over and over. Mistakes being made, people being a little overzealous, and sometimes, I mean, the old biter of whether it be speeding on pit road or even just missing pit road altogether. That's why you don't quit. And good race, Nathan P3.
Appreciate it. Good job to the rest of the guys.
All right, of course, we have now Brandon, Be Right Racing in P2. Of course, you put a valiant effort. Of course, that contact was not intentional by any means, but Cyber did let up for you. But your race, though, what was it like in your perspective?
College fast. Just we didn't have the tie advantage, so I had what 2 laps on us, and I'm surprised we kept up with him. But I saw the be a guy on flash the tires.
I get you. Now, was that if you don't mind me asking, were when you were pitting, was your pit lap in your was your in lap planned out, or was that because I heard Cade blew a tire? Were you on the same strategy? Like, were you like that close to blowing a tire?
The first stop I was close. I had to pit that lap, but the rest of the time I had to pit because of fuel.
Ah, because of fuel. Okay. Okay, I get you. So I guess it looks like your strategy was kind of paid for you because of the by virtue of the first stop. Okay. So,
Yeah.
but because of that, you two were battling hard and clean for the most part. Oh, did you think your race was over? If you don't mind me asking, when you got wrecked, did you actually expect Cyber to let up and wait for you?
I knew my race was over and he passed me. Yeah. I know the contact was on purpose, but
But still.
yeah, I I I couldn't pass him. Like, it's hard to pass him, especially when he's on fresh tires.
All right. Well, honestly, though, you did. If we knew, if we did actually have 5 bonus points for leading the most laps, I would definitely say you had that one. You led the most laps. Um, but so you had a fast car, but unfortunately, as you said, the strategy was not there. Still, though, that does not take away from the momentous race that you put together. So excellent job in that '89 Blue Emu Chevrolet Camaro. Excellent race, bud P2.
Yep.
And now Cyber, top of the board is what you are dealing with right now. So thank you for first of all, like I said, for stopping and letting Brandon catch up to you. I know that wasn't intentional, but of course. Let's go through what your mindset was. I know you were trying to go into winning this race cleanly, but did you think going into this race with how much beating and banging there was that this strategy, that your strategy of pitting late would work out? I mean, what was it like from your perspective?
My strategy going in, I mean, I learned from an Xfinity race outside of MRL and VRL where I was leading, I think, the last stint of that race, and I pitted way too early, and it came back to bite me. So coming into tonight, I kind of took into perspective about how that race went, so I pretty much changed my whole strategy where I was going to pit late no matter what fresh tires, and definitely prove a point. But I'm just overall mad at myself how this first went and how this win was. I mean, it was good battling all day, but it's just that particular moment. I was gutted. Like, I didn't want to win that way. That was just. I'm kind of pissed at myself, honestly, winning that race that way.
Well, and that's honestly where the better drivers, the best drivers, really come to shine. Is knowing that hey, I won this race fair and square, as opposed to oh well, my nearest competition wrecked. I guess I win. But honestly, though, Brandon kind of hinted at it right there. It seemed like you had the fresher tires, and honestly, and after with all the incidents going on out, it seems like the initial draft was 7 deep at one point, and then it went to 5, and then 4, and then it was just you two. That definitely helped out your strategy. Do you agree with that, or do you think after a certain point, the draft would kind of kick back in and be like, okay, now we're on an even playing field?
I had a feeling it would kick back in with at least a lap down car, and it did. That's the reason why I was just so urged in my mind, like, am I gonna lose this race because of draft, like, behind me, and that's the reason that led to that incident. So I don't know. I have nothing to say. It's just it's hard racing, and that's what's gonna happen.
All right. Well, either way, still a win is a win, and you guys put everyone, not just in the podium, but everyone racing that is watching right now. You guys put on a heck of a show. And I want to thank you guys for doing that because 50% or first 50% race on the Monday side in quite some time. So it was a real barn burner of a race, equaling last night in terms of the win. Two drivers on both nights duking it out for the top spot. And of course, last night was Hunty Wild. Tonight was Cyber. Any closing thoughts before we end the stream? We have the Roval going into next week. Any thoughts on the Roval?
See you next week.
Godspeed.
I see you next week. Nathan, what'd you say?
I said Godspeed.
Godspeed. I thought you said don't speed. I'm just like, yes, that was a thing that happened
well,
today.
well, that too. That too.
Yes. So,
No, the winner will be the person with the least amount of mistakes.
all right. Well, there we go. And I think actually, Cyber, I know you're going to be there. Nathan, you're going to be there. Brandon, you are skipping next week, and we're going to see you at Homestead. Is that correct?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Well,
I got a spot.
that's a spot. Yeah, excellent race. Like I said, this will complete our Xfinity series, and actually the Millennium Race Week. We will be back next Saturday for the Cup, guys. Of course, Cyber here winning the race tonight is looking to get a potentially lock up a cup title next week as well, depending on where Xander finishes. Of course, it is a 98-point gap between first and second. So Cyber in position to win the Season Zero Cup Championship, as well as BS on Sunday, potentially able to lock up the combined, not Sunday Driver trying to lock up the combined standings. He already did the math. Thank you, BS. He says he needs to finish second at the Roval or third with a lap led. And doesn't even matter where everyone else, what they do at the Roval or Homestead, he will lock up the combined standings. So we're looking forward to these next two races. A lot is on the line. Excellent job, guys. This has been your host, Pirate Pat. Thank you so much for Nathan for being our in-race reporter, and we will see you guys at Texas this Saturday. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.